Four, three, two, one. I do believe we are live. Now, welcome to actually, before we even start, let me just show you guys where we're at because I want to make sure that if you are going to become the entrepreneur of the 21st century, which remember, that's where we're leading you to. Look at this gorgeous place that we live in. Like, this is where we're at the moment. You can't see. Up there is Mont Blanc. We've got snow on the top of the mountain, but it's too dark for you guys to see. So I'm literally fresh out of the spa. And why am I sharing this stuff with you? Because it's so important that you start living life by your design. Now, we're going to get into the subject, but before we do, let me know, where are you beaming in from? What country? What's your name? Where are you? Connect with me. Come on, let me know. Let's get those names in, get those countries in. Let me see. All right. So we're going to expand on the subject that I spoke about earlier. And if you're watching this now, go back and watch the other videos that I've been posting. Why? Because every single one of them, I'm dropping nuggets to lead you up to this 3-day challenge, which is called you becoming the entrepreneur of the 21st century. It's the creation of the entrepreneur of the 21st century. Now, for that, this thing that you can see has to be what? Working well, which is why we've had a whole day on the slopes. It's been unbelievable. Connecting with the mountain, bombing down like bullets, doing jumps, just having fun. But then after that, what do you want to do? Got to go to the spa. Got to get that heat back in the body, get the circulation going. Now, think about it. I know this is about becoming the entrepreneur of the 21st century. I get it. But we have to understand this. If you haven't got the right type of energy circulating around you, then what's going to happen? You could shut down. You could not make the best decisions for you. So what we're going to understand is I want to expand on what I spoke about earlier, because if your mind is in debt, what does that mean? The mind's not working well. It's like a bank account that's in debt. It doesn't work well. What we want is your accounts to be filled up. So then you go to your accounts and you just keep pulling stuff out. Why? Because everything's flowing into the accounts. Now, of course, being in business, it's going to come down to the bottom line, which means what? Profits. Not about income. It's not about what the company might be making. It's about what you're left with and then what you do with what you're left with. Are you going to go and spend it, or are you going to go invest it? Now, to become the entrepreneur of the 21st century, it's going to come down to one thing. You got to become responsible. Now, first two things, if you want to master becoming the entrepreneur of the 21st century, you've got to master two things: the mind and the body. So let me give you a little nugget here. If you are stressing out in the mind, let's say that you're in business and you've been let down by a client, you've been let down by a partner, someone's ripped you off, or something hasn't gone the way that you want it, you've missed a deadline, something's happened where it's going to bring up stress. Now, when that stress comes up from the mind, because you have to understand this, it's got nothing to do with what's happening in this outside world. Because if you don't learn how to master stress, going into business, becoming an entrepreneur, a CEO, a business owner, you're not getting into that world because you think, oh my God, there's no stress in that world. I can just go and launch these products, build this business, do this, do that, and life's going to be a beautiful little ride. No, not how it works. It's a freaking roller coaster. So you better get ready for the ride. You better get ready for the thrill of being in business. Now, do you want to do it like the old ways where people are stressing out? They're having heart attacks. They're having strokes. They're dying of these diseases. And then they're having to pop medication like it's going out of fashion. Do you understand that all of that stuff is going to do one thing? It's going to leave acid in the body. So from the mind, if you haven't got control of this mind up here and the mind is in debt, which means that the mind's not functioning well, what's that going to release in your body? Stress. That cortisol is going to literally fly around your body, poisoning your body. What does it mean? Every time your heart beats, if we haven't got the right pH balance in your blood, like our blood should become our river of life. But for most people now, because their blood becomes toxic, every time their heart's beating, guess what? All that toxicity is now flying around the body, breaking the body down. They'll be low on energy. They'll be low on all the good stuff that's needed. Now, before I carry on, tell me now, would you like a free invitation into this 3-day challenge that I'm going to be running called the Entrepreneur of the 21st Century? And on this 3-day challenge, we're going to create your IMAP, your Intelligent Massive Action Plan. Because without having a plan, you heard me say it before, if you fail a plan, you're planning to fail. Without tapping into some type of intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence, great, but who created it? Us. Who created us? And don't be thinking your mum and dad. Now, there's a hell of a lot more intelligence going on than just your mum and dad getting together, having a little bit of fun, and then you pop out. You have to understand that there's a lot more going on than what we've been led to believe. Now, if it was just about making money, every single person who has millions would be happy. Trust me, when I did my first million, which was over 25 years ago, because I hadn't worked on me, it just brought in more stress. It magnified my challenges. And I'm like, I can't freaking, and I didn't know how to handle it. Why? Because I hadn't got fully in control of this. So type in the chat, do you want to get fully in control of your intelligence? The intelligence, think about it. Do you even know what that intelligence is that's making your heart beat? Do you even know what that intelligence is that's gifting you 50,000 new cells every 3 seconds? Do you even know? Most people don't. Now, what else have we got to understand? So we've got to have, so it's an intelligence that we're going to tap into, massive, because if you want massive results, guess what? You got to take massive action. And then the action, nothing happens without action. You might be gifted the right stuff to do, but if you're not taking action on it, nothing's going to move forward, nothing's going to change. And then we're going to have a plan. Now, as I said, it doesn't matter if you're in business, it doesn't matter if you own the business, it doesn't matter whether you work in it, on it, or you're not in business. When you've got your IMAP, what's it going to do? It's going to give you an incredible power so that when you get rejected, because guess what? You're going to get rejected in life. And if you haven't tapped into this intelligence, as soon as you get rejected, guess what? It could bring up that stress. And what's that stress going to do? Break it down. What's that stress going to do? Poison your relationships. What's that stress going to do? Nothing good. So we've got to teach you how to override all of this stress if you truly want to be the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I can tell you now, when you get this, you're going to be like, oh my God, Skip, I thank you so much for giving me this IMAP, because this has changed the game. Because if you don't have a plan, what's going to happen? You're going to end up making decisions based on your emotions. That's why having a mind in debt, having a body in debt doesn't work well, because it works like this: high emotions, low intelligence. We're going to get you making decisions with a powerful, balanced, and aligned intelligence breathing through you. Think about it. So long as you give the heart what it needs, the body what it needs, the heart will carry on beating. But if you haven't got enough love pulsing through you, your body could break down like one of those people who, and think about it, you don't want to be in business and have a heart attack, but you'd be gobsmacked. Guess when, and think about this, the first sign of a heart attack now, it's the heart attack. There's no precursor. So what does it mean? You want to be able to live a lifestyle where you're never going to be at risk of having a heart attack. Now, type in the chat, there's a special day. I don't know, a special day. There's a specific day when most people have a heart attack. Type that in the chat. Let me know what's the day when most people have a heart attack? Come put it. No, it's not Wednesday. No, it's not Sunday. Come on, put it in. Yeah, it's Monday. And there's a specific time when most people have the heart attack. When is it? About 8:30 Monday morning. So it's when they are on their way to work. What does it mean? They just don't love their work. It means that their work has literally killed them. And as I said, there is no precursor to the heart attack now. It's just the heart attack. With an IMAP, I believe that you can avoid all of these challenges that so many people that are in business, that get in a business for good stuff. If you create this, the IMAP, I can tell you now what's going to happen. You're going to be able to avoid all of these challenges that people are going through. You do not want to be waking up and having that heart. I remember one of my top clients, John Lee. Some of you may know him. And basically, he was on stage, he speaks all around the world, and he felt like he was about to have a heart attack on stage. And he got in contact with me, and what did I do? I gifted him the stuff that I'm going to be gifting you in these 3 days. It's going to take a 3-day commitment. Now, if you want me to gift it to you, write I'm committed in the chat. Right? I'm committed, because we want you committing to your greatness. That's it. Nothing else, just your greatness. So it's coming up Tuesday. We're going to be doing it 6:30 p.m. UK time. We're going to be going for 90 minutes, and they're going to be power sessions. So do not be disturbed. Come. I want to give you something to print out. We're going to create your IMAP. Be ready to take notes, because if you don't have your IMAP and the emotions gets involved, the old programming gets involved, other people's opinions get involved. And you know what I think about opinions? I remember the first guy who I coached, he just sold his company for $356 million. And on the first day of coaching, I asked his opinion on something, and he went, I can't believe you just asked me for an opinion on this. I said, what? He said, you know what I think about opinions? I was like, no, what? He goes, opinions are like buttholes. Everyone's got one, and most of them stink. So when you get your IMAP, you ain't going to be listening to anybody else's opinion, because everyone's going to have opinion. What you want is results. What you want is a plan moving forward. What you want is using intelligence, even when you feel pressured, even when you think, oh my God, I can't see the way through this. And when you use your IMAP, you will see an opportunity that nobody else sees. I'm telling you now, I believe that your future depends on this. That's why I'm gifting it to you totally for free. So I hope you've got some value from today's little session. If you have, comment below. Let me know. Share it, like it, get involved with it, because we're going to be spending 3 days, 90 minutes over 3 days of 90 minutes. That's where we're going to be going through this journey, and it's going to be a challenge. It isn't going to be as easy as what you think, but I can promise you this, it will be worth it. And if you think that you deserve getting the best results with time and money freedom, then you need to make sure that you're showing up on Tuesday, 6:30 UK time. So if you have enjoyed this, please do like it, share it, comment, because it just helps those algorithms. And until next time, live strong, live healthy, live long. Make sure you live now. For now, I'm out of here.